Hi, friends. Welcome to Holly's Highlights, a podcast designed to encourage, inspire, and equip you to intentionally live your life full of purpose. I'm your host, Holly Kirby, motivational speaker, leadership cultivator, marketing strategist, and personal cheerleader. Let's check out today's highlight. This episode brought to you by Wolf & Company Certified Public Accountants. It's that time of year, holiday shopping. Let the craziness begin. Make sure to save those receipts as they may come in handy for tax season just around the corner. If you're looking for a little help with your finances and want to make tax season easier after all of that Black Friday, Giving Tuesday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, and of course my personal favorite, after holiday shopping, contact Tony and his team at Wolf & Company for a consultation. I have personally used Wolf & Company for my tax services for well over a decade, and I am grateful for their proactive approach of helping us hardworking taxpayers keep what we earn with detailed bookkeeping and strategic tax planning. Their goal is to be a trusted partner in your success, especially after all that holiday shopping. And I can say with confidence, I trust Tony and his team at Wolf & Company. So reach out today at wolftaxcpa.com. That's WOLFF taxcpa.com, or give them a call at 801-695-9533. It is that time of year, my friend. Black Friday shopping is quickly approaching. And that, of course, is followed by Cyber Monday. And then those two just lead up to that special day of gift giving, Christmas. So what's on your hot list this year? If you check out this year's top 10 of Christmas gifts to give, those may include things like electronic gadgets or jewelry, especially those with names on them, like kids' names on bracelets or the recipient's name on a necklace. There's the new cool mini projector. If you've seen that, I am so impressed with that one. It hooks up to your iPhone and projects onto a screen or whatnot. Or even the expensive styling tools that are all the rage. I just bought my daughter one the other day, not for a gift, but because she needed one. And I cannot believe how costly those things are, like hair dryers and curling irons. It's crazy. But I'd welcome you to consider today what I'd refer to as my top 10 unique gifts for Christmas of 2022. These are some that I've either given or I've actually received throughout the years, and they've just really stood out to me and I've really appreciated them, so I thought I'd share them with you. Number 1, a custom blanket. Whether you have shirts for lots of work or community events, or maybe know of a friend who has stacks and stacks of concert t-shirts, or perhaps you know of someone who has a loved one who passed away and they just can't part with the clothing yet. Well, you can research companies that will take those special clothing pieces and make them into a blanket for your special someone to help them remember those special times and even snuggle up with all year long. I did this with my Chick-fil-A shirts. They were mounding up in my closet. I had so many from community service projects and grand openings or store events, special leadership conferences and trainings I attended. So I asked my sister-in-law, who is amazing at quilting and blanket making, if she would make a blanket for me using all of these. And the end result was amazing. We actually keep it downstairs in our hangout room on the blue couch that we have there, and it just fits in perfectly. My kids love to snuggle up to it, watching movies, and my sister-in-law even had enough material left over from some of the shirts that she made a little throw pillow for the couch too. Now, I still am able to have all my shirts, but I have them out of the closet, which freed up more space there. It just created more of a special memory with how the shirts are compiled into a blanket. So you can do something like this, or a variation of this could even be to, again, do decor pillows, like my sister-in-law added that one for me, or do pillowcases, or even doing a photo blanket. We have a sweet neighbor that my daughter babysits for, well, dog sits for, and she had a compilation of all these photos that my daughter had sent her of my kids with her dogs. And so she did a cute photo blanket of my kids and her dogs, and my kids love that. So consider doing a custom blanket. Number 2, a handwritten necklace. Now, this has got to be one of those gifts that when I first opened it, I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at, but when it clicked, It clicked, and it was one of the most meaningful gifts I've ever received. A very thoughtful coworker of mine had drew my name for a Secret Santa one year for work. And well, she had gone onto my Facebook and found an image I had posted on there of a special saying written on a piece of paper of my mom's handwriting. And then she took that and sent it to the jewelry artist to have put on a necklace, which it was engraved on. And I wear that all of the time. I mean, come on, how special is that? So this last Christmas, I took her gesture and passed it on to the ladies in my family, where I was able to get a card from my brother-in-law that my mom had written to my sister. So I was able to take that little message to do for my sister. And I was able to reach out to my sister-in-law's mom and get a writing from her to put on a special one for my sister-in-law. And then my daughter and I have a special saying we say. So I wrote that down and sent it off to have engraved on a necklace for my daughter. So they've all loved these and have had so many compliments on them. And I've even been reached out to find out where I got them. So passed on that information. But I tell you, this will wow your special someone because it's such a special, personal, and meaningful gift. Now, a variation on this one could be giving any jewelry that is engraved, maybe taking a ring and engraving inside the ring, or taking a special jewel, maybe that's been passed down in the family, and put it into a necklace or a ring, or even purchasing new stones like birthstones. You've seen moms with all of their kids' birthstones in a necklace or a ring. So just a special, meaningful, customized or handwritten necklace. Number 3, certificates. I know you've heard this one before, but there could be variations of certificates depending on your budget as well as your age. As a mom, I have delighted in receiving little coupon booklets for my kids for gifts throughout the years, especially if there was a foot massage coupon in there or a no arguing with my sibling coupon, fun things like that. But you can also do coupons to meet needs. One year I had something break and my parents did a coupon saying that they were going to fix that for me. They were able to meet a need, but they were also able still to give a gift, at Christmas time of wrapping a certificate up in a box. Or perhaps you're taking your family on a vacation next year. Well, you can do a fun surprise box as their gift. One year, our family, we used to all the time go back to a small little town for Easter, just to have a little getaway all together. And I'm talking my parents, my siblings, their spouses, their kids, me, my kids. And so one year, my brother had rented out the house that we'd be staying at. And he had a house with a pool in it to make it even more special. And how he announced it was by putting together fun boxes that were all decorated for Easter, since we would be going at Easter time. And then inside the box, he had paper that had photos of the house in it and details of what to expect. And it just made it a lot of fun. It was really cool. Something we could open on Christmas Day and we still had to look forward to even months later. As my dad has seasoned in years, he always says that he doesn't need anything for Christmas, that he has everything that he could possibly want. So every year now at Christmas time, I just take a photo of us and him, so me and my kids, at our most recent outing together. And then I add some text on the bottom of that photo using my computer, such as the certificate is good for an outing of his choice with me and the kids. Then I'll frame it, and that's his gift, the gift of time, of doing something together and something that he wants to do. Now, this has been everything from a baseball game or night out at the movie to even a shopping trip for a new shirt or a simple game night at his house, whatever it might be, whatever the budget might decide to be. But after he's redeemed it, he then gives us back the frame to use for the next gift giving occasion. So he seems to enjoy it. And of course, having someone that just doesn't need anything, it's made it really simple now for me in what to get him for Christmas. So don't write off gift giving of a certificate. No matter the age or the budget, they can still come in handy. Number 4, maybe just open up your home as the gift. This may be inviting someone, a special someone, to come over for a home-cooked candlelight dinner, or it might be inviting another family to come over for a family game night and pizza, or even just having an open house. This is the gift I opt to give every year to my neighbors and friends who live nearby. I host a Christmas open house, typically on a Saturday evening for about 2 hours. Now, this really can meet any budget, as I've served everything from appetizers and drinks to a lavish spread of homemade desserts and coffees to something really simple as a hot chocolate bar. And then I've gone as extreme as having a full-fledged meal. I've even partnered with a local restaurant where they provided the food for the buffet in turn for me promoting their catering. I promoted their catering brochures I had on hand. I talked about some of my favorite trays that were there, and I even passed out contact cards for them to make their own holiday catering plan. So perhaps you reach out to a local restaurant and see if they'd like to partner with you in something like that. This can also be done in any size of home, so it really can work for you, for your budget, for your location. The year that I had gone through a divorce, I only wanted to invite the close-knit group that had really been there through me or for me throughout that year. They were the ones that came. On the other hand, I've gone from that intimate, personal group to a very lavish group of inviting any and everyone who was at my church and coworkers and neighbors. But I mostly stick to those that I just want to show appreciation for being in my life and investing in me and my kids that year. So since it's intentional in that year, the guest list changes for us. Now, having people in your home can be the gift, or you can pass out a parting gift as people leave. Although I've passed out candles and other fun gifts before, my signature gift has mainly been Christmas ornaments. So I pick a special theme for each year. One year has been where the ornament simply reads hope. Another was Santa bowing at the manger. Another, a variety of Bible verses. You get the idea. But perhaps the gift you can give is simply opening up your home. Number 5, a photo gift. Now, I'm not just talking about your typical photo in a frame, although those can be simple. They can also be a special gift. You can get them engraved with a special verse or quote or personal saying on them. But what I'm talking about is especially 2 gifts that I'm thinking of that I've been the recipient of, once again, from coworkers. And the truth be told, it was that same coworker who did the necklace. She did one of these ones that I'm about to tell you about, and she gave the idea for the other one to another coworker. But the first was just after my dad's initial cancer battle, and this coworker went onto my Facebook. Again, I'm kind of learning to be careful about what you put on Facebook and what your friends have access to. But she had printed off various pictures she thought would hold special meaning to me during this time. So me with my dad, me and my kids with my dad, etc. And she put them inside clear ornaments with a little bit of silver metallic confetti inside that she had bought at, craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Now, this gift made me cry. Now each year I pull them out and I hang up all the photo light bulbs, or again, they're not light bulbs, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's just so special to me, the memory within each one of the photos, but then even that little metal shredding in them, again, it's not metal, but metallic shredding in them, it just sparkles when the lights go on the tree. So it's beautiful. The other gift was the year my mom passed. This coworker, she gave me a large decor piece for my wall. It's a cross, which is symbolic of my faith. And she had once again got photos for my social media page and then hodgepodged them onto the cross. And then on the middle of the cross, she had taken a small wooden lettering block type cutout that said blessed or read blessed, and she had glued that in the middle. So such a simple gift, yet with such meaning, as it had the photos from that past final year with my mom at our graduation and with my kids and on our last trip together. And it looks great on my family room wall. Oh, that makes me think of another one I have on my family room wall that I didn't think of till now. It's just a simple photo board. So I received it from my brother and my sister-in-law, and they had taken some leftover wood slats from our family cabin that we built together. And basically they just glued them together to make a larger square board per se. And then they simply glued on some clips that you could buy at any office supply store, and then printed off some photos that they had on their camera of us. And then they just basically hung those or clipped them onto those clippings on the board. And again, as I shared, that hangs in my family room too. So something really simple. You could add flowers to that or any type of decor that you wanted to do. Now, I've also taken our last family photo and had them put on playing cards, as our family loves to play cards. And I use those as Christmas stocking gifts. So we use them all the time, and it just makes us smile whenever playing that we see our family photo on each of the cards. Now, maybe you don't have photos or have access to photos, or you need something for a younger audience. So again, a variation to this gift could be something like my daughter did as a gift for me. She has drawn me some beautiful pictures that she then framed, and I absolutely love. And I've displayed them not only because I'm proud of her, but because they truly are beautiful. So even just drawing or coloring a picture can be great. Or even something that my daughter ordered now that she's a teenager, she ordered for me, I think it was a year or so ago. She took a photo of us and had it etched on a square plastic picture frame, as well as a special song on there. So it kind of looks like a Spotify track of sorts. And then it has our photo on it. So again, it's personable and yet something I can easily display for decor in the house that adds that special touch and brings a smile when I see the photo of the two of us. And it always makes me want to ask our Alexa device to play that song whenever I see it. So it's just kind of fun that way too. So again, so much can be done with a photo or two, or even a drawing, more than just your basic photo frame. Number 6, treasure, heirloom, or meaningful tokens passed down. Now, one year for Christmas, my mom gave me and my sister old forks that had been in her family for generations. This didn't cost a thing, but it was such a special and meaningful gift, just something passed down from our heritage, from the years ago of her grandma. Again, it was hundreds of years old, so it was just neat. Then the year my dad retired, he gave us kids Bibles. Now, these just weren't any Bibles. He gave us preaching Bible to my brother and his Bible that my mom gave him when he went into ministry to my sister. And then he gave his mom's Bible, so my grandmother, who my daughter is named after, he gave her Bible to me. So again, so special. Another one I think of is my daughter. When she was little, I had saved my Barbie dolls and Cabbage Patch Kids, even a little wooden baby doll bunk bed that my mom had made. And I wrapped them all up and I gave them to her. She loved them. She had no clue they were passed down until she got older and I told her. And I loved knowing that something that brought me such joy at her age was now being enjoyed by my very own daughter. It was a sweet moment. So again, hand-me-downs are not a thing of the past, but they can still be a connector from our past to our future. Number 7, something simple like donations. Now, perhaps the person you're trying to find a gift for, they have everything, or they could buy whatever they want. Or maybe you and your friends or family don't want to have to worry about gift exchanging this year. You want to make things really simple or save money or just give back. Well, you can always give a gift of donating to the person's favorite charity or to your favorite nonprofit organization in their honor. Our family's done this with a gift in honor of my mom since she's passed, where we've chosen a nonprofit that focused on helping a school at an orphanage, because mom used to be a school teacher, and we just donated there to be able to help provide books and desks and things like that. And that was just meaningful. Donations could even be of getting together and donating your time as a gift. Perhaps you and your friends or coworkers or family give the gift of time together while helping out at a homeless shelter or sorting food at a food pantry, or just giving the gift that gives back to other people. Number 8, captured memories. Now, you know the saying, people may not remember what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel. Well, one year I had ordered through a company a little recording box where for about a month I was able to email out to my mom's friends a phone number that they could call into or a link that they could click on and use to write a message. But either way, they could share with a mom a favorite memory or something they admired or appreciated about my mom. These were all then compiled onto this little recording box by this company, and they sent it in the mail then to my mom, and she could listen to it and just feel so loved and kind of walk down memory lane. It allows you to skip to the next message or replay all of that, but it's just so cool and something that now that my mom has passed away, I like to still go down and just listen to the messages of what my mom's friends have to say about her. It's just kind of special that way for me then. Another variation of this may be to fill out one of those remember when type books about your favorite memories. Like how you met your spouse or favorite life experiences, all of that you compile into this book. And then it's meant to pass down to your kids or even to your grandkids. So when you're gone, they have kind of a story or your story to continue on. I have one of these that my mom did for her daughter, and things like this are just priceless gifts that truly do just carry on that special memory long after they're even gone. Although this next one could have fit in the number 5 with photos, my dad took my mom's scrapbooks and he divided them up between all of us kids and grandkids to then present to each of us as a gift. Essentially, he had compiled them, but he had compiled them using my mom's own photo scrapbook. So again, another variation and just a fun gift that captured those moments or those memories. One last one I'd share with you is those books that you can get. I know we have ours from Hallmark, but there are so many, I'm sure, that are out there where it's a storybook where you actually read your story and record your own voice. My parents did this for my kids and actually all the grandkids. And my son still loves to go in and flip through that storybook. And it's just a page prompted book. So as they turn the page, it goes on to the next page of the story, but it's the voice of my parents. Well, of course, now that my mom is gone, this is even more priceless. So go ahead and capture some memories and then pass them on as a gift. Number 9. Quotes. Simple as that. So does the person that you're trying to find that special gift for, do they have a favorite saying or a Bible verse or a favorite quote? Well, maybe it's a long wooden bar that you purchase with a saying to display on a coworker's desk, or a favorite saying to give to your spouse to hang on a wall in your bedroom. Or maybe something that you always tell your kids and you have that made up on something special to hang in a prominent place in your home where they'll see it. We actually have 2 of those, one that's in our restroom and one that's right outside their bedroom door. So every time they step out their bedroom door, they see that sign, that special message to both of them. Again, a variation to this, based on age and budget, of course, could be to get a piece of wood from your local craft store or even hardware store, or you could even go to a local construction site and see if they have any leftover pieces that they would let you have. But then you carve in it special sayings, or again, depending on the ages, have your little kids write, with markers, a special saying or a quote or something, and then give it to their family members. It can be something so special that they pass on that doesn't cost them anything, and yet you're already teaching them at a young age to do gift giving. My daughter did this years ago. She just took this little plank, I still have it today, and she loves our adventures together. So she put that on there, and just that she enjoys our adventures. And it was short, it was simple, yet so special, and something I actually have displayed in our front entry room, which happens to have an adventure theme. So think of quotes, Bible verses, and sayings for that special one, and see if you can come up with a gift that would be prevalent for what you could do for them using that special quote. Number 10, and last but certainly not least, yep, I'm going to say it, regifting. What? Well, creditdonkey.com reports 49.7% of those surveyed saying they've received a regifted gift. Now, I think leaving the previous gift tag on of a gift is a dead giveaway. And yes, I have been the recipient of one of those gifts before. And then 34.3% admit to regifting a gift themselves. Now, hear me out here, as there are 2 different points I'd like to bring to your consideration on regifting. 1, as being good stewards. Stewardship. That kind of sounds maybe like a season 3 episode, 16. Check that out. But if we receive something and we can't return it, we aren't going to use it, and we don't want to throw it away, well, there might be a time where it would be a perfect gift for that someone. Now, a caveat to this is don't just regift to have a gift to give. That is the rude area, and that can just be annoying. But only regift it if it really is something that the person would like. So, for example, I received a book once that I already read through. I had already marked up my book, so I didn't need a second book of the same one. But I did know of someone going through something that was the very theme of that book. So I wrapped it up all nice with a nice note of encouragement, and I gave it to that person. That's being a good steward, and it's caring for a friend. Now, the second point is that by regifting, that may be in a form of using like your loyalty points to cash in for a gift for someone. I did this with my parents once for a trip. I used some points I had to put toward through providing for part of their trip that we were going to go on together, and then told them that was part of their Christmas gift. They still had to pay partial for the other part of the trip, but they were appreciative for what the points did cover. So maybe you have too many hotel points you can give to a brother and sister-in-law that they could just use a night out. Or maybe cash in some loyalty points to give movie tickets to your niece and nephews. Or even redeem those grocery store rewards for some food for others in need. Maybe you do a secret Santa. I think I shared about our family doing something like that. I think maybe season 3, episode 18. I'm not really sure where that is, but we do that every year. And that has included groceries before. So even cashing in your grocery store loyalty points can help go a long way and provide a gift for someone else. So don't count out the regifting just yet. Now, as you've probably already figured out, all of these 10 can be great alternatives, not only for Christmas, but for any gift-giving occasion. As USA Today reports, though, October is basically the new November, meaning get shopping now so that you can have all these unique gifts ordered. You can get them in, you can get them wrapped, and you can get them under that tree in plenty of time for Christmas. Now, if you'll go into the show notes or go over to my website for this episodes page on hollykirby.com, then either of those places are going to have a list of suggestions for you or referrals for you. I'm not getting anything off of these. I haven't looked at anything like codes off or anything. They're just suggestions of where you might want to go to get the necklace because that's who I used, or maybe where to go to get a blanket or that photo gift or whatever it might be. Again, it's just there as a resource for you. I hope it's helpful. But whatever gift you get for that loved one and go out and just have fun shopping or do your online shopping, whatever suits you. I just hope that you have a wonderful and safe, healthy, and happy shopping season. And no matter the gift you're given this year, remember, in the words of author Kara Stein, love the giver more than the gift. Thank you for joining me on this journey of life. I hope that today's highlight has been encouraging, inspiring, and equipping so you can go out and live your life full of purpose. I'd be honored if you'd take a moment to leave a review, or better yet, subscribe. We can also stay in touch by joining my email list at hollykirby.com. That's HOLLYCURBY.com. Until next time, make it a great day for a great day.